can't see me in my unlip gloss state. Everyone's clicking off. Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly, and today, oh boy, you are in for a treat. Come drink from the water fountain that is the chaos of my channel. I am shoveling in slop into your little trough so you can be fed today, my baby darlings. I'm so tired. Today what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to systematically rank the crimes against humanity that is Glee. Glee's crimes against humanity, okay? I did so long ago a video where I ranked Pretty Little Liars crimes against humanity. And since then everyone's been like, please do Glee. And I hear you and I love Glee. I'm a Gleek, but I had to rewatch the series. I did a rewatch of most of the series. Like, this is the coldest take in the world, but like you get to season 5 and you are like, woof, like it's a lot. But I compiled some from my memory, from my rewatch, from some lists online of just the most chaotic, insane moments from Glee, and I'm going to rank them. I'm so excited. I fucking love Glee. Fun fact about me is that my first concert ever was the Glee cast. And Jane Lynch, who plays Sue Sylvester, is my comedic icon. I've been obsessed with her since I was like 10. I saw her on the streets of New York last summer because she was in Funny Girl, and I literally just went, and then she like walked by because like, of course.
Hi, I'm coming to you from an undisclosed location, filming a thing I cannot talk about. And I just wanted to take a quick break from this week's video to discuss this week's sponsor, LELO. I've worked with LELO before. I love the product. I love the company. I love what they stand for. LELO is a luxury pleasure toy brand with a focus on helping you connect with themselves, connect with their partners, and just to enjoy pleasure, engage in self-care. Just realized that there's a giant fucking chess piece. This is hotel decor. Orgasms are great for your mental health and a wonderful way to just engage in an act of self-care. And the use of pleasure toys helps you connect with your own body, understand what works for you and what you like, helps you connect with your partner and explore your own sexual relationship, or allows you to explore and enjoy fantasies of your own. And above all, LELO believes that orgasms and sexual health are a right and something that should be enjoyed regardless of sexual orientation, race, gender identity, all that fun stuff. Whatever form sexual health and wellness looks like to you, LELO wants to help you get there and enjoy multiple orgasms with or without a partner. Experiencing orgasms is one of the easiest ways to stay healthy and feel good about yourself.
I've actually brought the Lily 3 with me,
and it is perfect for solo play or nestling between two partners. LELO is celebrating its 20th birthday with the Lily 3, which is absolutely perfect because it is an evergreen product that is improved from generation to generation thanks to its small, discreet, ergonomic design. Truly, you can just throw this in your suitcase and hit the bricks. Also, the Lily 3 has 10 powerful pleasure settings, 8 different vibration patterns varying in intensity from a teasing murmur to a satisfying pulse. And it's USB rechargeable and fully waterproof. Aim for a captivating orgasmic release with the Lily 3, which can be bought at a special price of $79 or 69 Great British pounds during all of 2023. A year that marks LELO bringing 20 years of pleasure. And see all of the wonderful different products that LELO has to offer. They have a wide variety, so there's definitely going to be something that checks all the boxes for you. They also have so many great discounts going on right now, so you can experience what it is like to have a luxury pleasure toy without breaking the bank. Thank you, LELO, so much for sponsoring this video. Let's get back into it.
So this is kind of the ranking status we're going with. On the bottom is jail time. This is what I believe to be a crime. It's like Glee is at its best a satire and a comedy, so a lot of this stuff is tongue-in-cheek. Things in the jail time category, I'm like, it's not even funny. Like, it's not even ironically hilarious. It's a crime. Then above the jail time section is oh my god, wait, my eyelashes are stuck together, is who wrote this. This is like a little bit more funny, seemingly could be intentional, but still a horror. Still a crime against humanity, but a little funny. Then we have good for her. These are chaotic crimes that I live for the chaos of it. I think it's great. And then we have icon status, things that I would put on my personal Mount Rushmore of Glee moments. Let's just get into it. We'll start in jail time. Number 1, in jail time, we have to put Santana Lopez being outed in a campaign video and everyone around her going, there's nothing we can do. Get on board. Pep up, little girl. Santana is a lesbian. She has just recently come to terms with her sexuality. She's in high school. I feel like that's sometimes hard to remember because like every high school series, you got a 27-year-old playing a 15-year-old. You gotta get over it, girly. You gotta get over that hump of believability to enjoy yourself. So I feel like sometimes the insanity of these actions are lost on the fact that actors are like 27 even though the character is like 16 canonically. So Santana at this point is 16, 17. Sue Sylvester, I have to sneeze. Sue Sylvester is running for school board or senate or something like that. And Bert Hummel, king, icon, legend, little monster, Bert Hummel, put your paws up. He's running against her. They're also running against a guy who owns a pizza shop. He makes a smear campaign commercial against Sue saying, Sue has a lesbian cheerleader. So Santana's gonna be outed basically on Monday morning with this smear campaign video saying that she's a lesbian. She's rightfully pissed off. And everyone's like, sorry, GF, there's nothing we can do. Horrible. Then we have 2 Mr. Shoe performances. This is the coldest take in the world, but I cannot stop talking about it, and therefore it's still gonna be in this video. But Mr. Shoe performing with the kids, horrible. It doesn't get better on a rewatch. It's insane every time. He is a teacher and he's like doing a little body roll on the ground, rapping to his 15-year-old students. So one of them is Toxic. There's 2 Britney Spears episodes in this show. Both are really, really great. And it's kind of about like embracing sexuality. The kids want to do Britney Spears, but Mr. Shoe's like, she's dumb. She's a bimbo. And you're like, cool take. But then they perform Toxic at a pep rally, and for some fucking reason, Will Schuester is on stage at this pep rally in front of the student body of McKinley High, like literally grinding it out. It's the worst thing you will ever watch in your entire life. It is a personal tragedy to me. In a similar vein, we have the performance of Gold Digger by Kanye West, in which Mr. Shoe raps this. This is because there's a coup in the Glee Club that they're not doing music by minorities, which is a whole can of worms. I didn't write the episode. And Mr. Shoe's like, oh, you want to do more hip hop? I can't form a I can't. Then we have Rachel Berry getting into NYADA. As the students start to grow up and they have to go to a university of some kind, there's a whole kind of narrative in season 3 of icon legends, my favorite character, Kurt Hummel, and Rachel Flop Berry trying to get into the New York Academy of the Dramatic Arts, or NYADA. This is like the Juilliard of musical theater, and then you can get an audition, and based on that audition, Carmen Thibodeau, played by Whoopi Goldberg, will let you into the school. So when Kurt and Rachel perform, Kurt gives the best performance hands down. He's iconic. He has stage presence. He's got a unique voice. He absolutely fucking kills it. Rachel Berry chokes. She chokes. She's like, can't sing. Then she writes a letter to Carmen Thibodeau, and then Carmen Thibodeau comes and watches her perform at Nationals, and she gets into NYADA. And Kurt doesn't. And to this day, nothing is more of a crime. That is jail time to me, because it's literally like you're watching, you as the audience watch, and you know Rachel's good. Rachel's great. God, she's fucking difficult, but can she sing? She's a wonderful singer. But you cannot tell me you have the chops to make it at NYADA, a Broadway feeder school. You cannot tell me you have the chops to deal with Broadway if you're choking in front of Miss Carmen Thibodeau. I'm actively mad about it now. Then we have, at the very end of the series, before we do the time jump, Rachel Berry goes to NYADA, and while she's in NYADA, she gets cast from an open call for the revival of Funny Girl. When life imitates art, we love to see it. This is her dream. She's singing Don't Rain on My Parade in season 1 at sectionals, killing it. That performance, one of the top 10 Glee performances of all time. Leah Michele is a menace against society. She's written truly 2 of the most abhorrent books of all time, which I have read both. That performance is so good. The entire show, you're watching it and you're like, she loves Funny Girl. She loves Barbara Streisand. That's her icon. She wants to be in Funny Girl. She books Funny Girl. Then she leaves Funny Girl because she gets a TV show. She quits Funny Girl. 2 other absolute jail time horrible Ryan Murphy I will be seeking damages moments are the school shooting episode. Glee thought that they should tackle the subject matter of gun control and school shootings. This is when Glee went from a comedy to just a drama. This episode is called Shooting Star. It's horrible. Like, they're all in the school while the shooting is happening. It's so deeply offensive, truly on the heels of a school shooting in America too. So that's good, like a good contextual layer. It is revealed that Unique, the trans character in the show, is catfishing this motherfucker, and he tries to seemingly commit violence against her. This actor is an abuser, and I truly wish him nothing but the worst. And the icing on the cake is that Becky, who is a cheerleader with Down syndrome, is the school shooter, and she brought a gun to school.
And that's what you missed on Glee.
I literally want to know what happened in that writing room, because the only excuse is there is a gas leak and you all blacked out. And finally, in the jail time category, we have Blaine dating Karofsky. So in the final season of Glee, they do a time jump where basically Kurt and Rachel come back and they teach a new iteration of the Glee Club at their high school. And Blaine, who is the love interest of Kurt basically the entire show, played by Darren Criss. So Blaine is dating Karofsky. Now, why does this matter? Karofsky was Kurt's bully, violent bully throughout all of school. He threatened to beat him up constantly, pushed him against lockers, tried to hit him, called him the F slur, forcibly kissed him and stole his first kiss, because also, yes, that's right, this is the homophobic bully is actually a self-hating gay person storyline. Yes, go, we love it. So Karofsky in high school is gay and grappling with that, so he enacts emotional torture against Kurt, physical violence against Kurt, all this stuff. And there is like in season 4, they have like they wrap up that storyline in a way that I'm fine with, where he's like, I'm really sorry for what I did to you. It's not okay. I'm understanding myself better. And you're like, great, that's fine. That's as good as the homophobic bully is gay storyline can end. But in the last season of Glee, Kurt moves home and it's like, hey Blaine, who are you dating? He's dating Karofsky. I think it's awesome. If me and my partner ever break up, I'm gonna find his bully, and I'm going to date him and live with him. That's a normal course of events. The person that was your first love that you were together with for years, it's actually good to date the person that made them fear for their life in high school. Now we're going on into the who wrote this section. First, we have an iconic thing where Blaine almost goes blind from a slushie. In a kind of riff-off West Side Story, Sharks vs. Jets, New Directions versus Warblers, sing off in a parking lot. The Flash throws a big slushie mixed with rock salt into Blaine's eyes, and he almost goes blind. He has to like wear an eye patch. Then of course we have Rachel Berry sending Sunshine Corazon to a crack house. It's so funny and also horrible. The New Directions is missing a member and they need 12 if they want to compete at sectionals, so they're doing open auditions. Sunshine Corazon is an exchange student at William McKinley High School, and she's got a beautiful voice, and Rachel hears her singing Telephone in the bathroom, and because she's good and Rachel's afraid of losing her solos, she tells Sunshine to go to a certain address for the auditions, and it's a crack house. She specifies it's not an active crack house, but still insane. Then we have the iconic line that Will Schuester says after, again, this big coup happens in the Glee Club where the kids who are racial minorities or are minority because of their sexual orientation have a coup because they're singing songs that they don't want to sing. Will Schuester, the kind of lesson, the moral of the whole episode is that you're all minorities, you're in Glee Club. Next in the Who Wrote This section, we have Grilled Cheeses. This is when there is a weirdly religious episode so early on in the show. It's like you would think this would be season 5. This is like season 1, maybe like the first couple episodes of season 2. It's fucking crazy how early this is on a network TV show. Finn makes a grilled cheese, and on top of the grilled cheese, it looks like Jesus, hence the name Grilled Cheeses, and he prays to it so he can win football games. And he becomes religious for an episode because of Grilled Cheeses. Finally, in this section, we have the original song, Loser Like Me. Loser Like Me is an iconic song that was written as an original song for the Glee kids to perform at nationals in New York City. The whole idea is it's like, we get bullied because we're in Glee Club, and that's not fucking fair, and that's not right. And instead of it just being an empowering, anti-bullying anthem, it then turns the tables on the bullies, and it's like, you bully me now? Well, that's funny, because you're gonna be pumping my gas. Oh, you're bullying me now? Well, one day I'm gonna see you and go, yeah, I'd like fries with my Big Mac. And it's kind of this narrative of like, it's okay that you're getting bullied now, because later in life, you can bully your bullies because they will be poor. It's fucking insane. There's no nuance given to the subject of being like, hurt people hurt people. Bullying isn't okay, but in general, people who bully in high school are also in pain. It's not all right, but let's all have some understanding of the situation. That doesn't mean that later in life you can get back at them. It's being like, hey kids, here's a bop. If you're getting bullied right now, just hold on to that anger. Push it down, but hold it right here until 20 years later when you're rich and famous. And the only way to recover from bullying is to become rich and famous. And when you're rich and famous, you can punish those who underestimated you. It's crazy. Then in the good for her section, Glee did a lot of mashups where they would put songs together. The mashup of Let's Have a Kiki and Turkey Lurkey Time. Basically, because Kurt didn't get into NYADA, when he moved to New York City with Rachel and they lived in a massive apartment with no explanation of how they afforded it in any way, he wants to start working at like a fashion magazine. Like he wants to work at Vogue, and who is his boss? Sarah motherfucking Jessica Parker. Kind of playing a loose Carrie Bradshaw character who's working at Vogue and loves fashion and is Kurt's boss, and she loves him because he's her little GBF. So for Thanksgiving, she comes over and they do a mashup and have like a party on Thanksgiving where it's a mashup of the song Let's Have a Kiki, like a queer anthem, clubbing anthem, and Turkey Lurkey Time. Ryan Murphy said he got so many death threats. He got death threats from that mashup. And it's such a bop. It's so horrible. It goes back around to being amazing. Then we have the Klaine stuck in the elevator scene, which genuinely is funny. It's one of the bright spots for me in that last season of Glee. Klaine has broken up. Kurt and Blaine have broken up, because Blaine had to go date the person that almost made Kurt commit suicide. You gotta do that. And while they're back at William McKinley, Blaine is coaching the Warblers and Kurt is coaching the New Directions. Sue Sylvester reveals herself to be a Klaine shipper, and she loves their relationship more than anyone in the world. This is never referenced before in the show at all. So what she does is she locks them in an elevator, has a kind of little jigsaw puppet, like Jigsaw from the movie Saw, but it's her, like gasses them so they fall asleep, and it's like, you can't leave until you kiss and get back together. It's so insane, deeply hilarious. The last in this section for Good for Her is the Warblers using steroids. So the Warblers are an a cappella group at sectional, so it's not even nationals, right? This is the first round. They're using steroids and human growth hormones to do a bunch of flips and do like a really physically intense performance, and then they get busted for using human growth hormones and steroids. Like, what the fuck? At that point, like, the show, they're just like, it's just insane. Then we finally have icon status. First in icon status, we have to have tots. If you rewatch Glee, nothing becomes more glaring of a plot hole than the fact that everyone sleeps on Mercedes Jones as a character. She's got an amazing voice and just like untouchable stage presence, and everyone in the show just kind of has to remind the viewers of the reality that doesn't make any sense. So like everybody in the show has to constantly be like, yeah, Mercedes is good, but Rachel is great. Rachel's really good. And like Lea Michele, again, very good singer. But like if you had Rachel and Mercedes in the same Glee club, there is no reason why they would not be getting equal like solo. They have to keep saying like, oh yeah, Mercedes is pretty good, even though it's like, she's such a good singer, it makes no sense. Anyways, Sue Sylvester becomes the principal of the high school because she blackmails the current principal twice, once by drugging him and sexually assaulting him basically into cheating on his wife with her because she drugs him and they have sex. Another time she finds an old video of him demonstrating compression socks for flying. So she blackmails him with that video. I don't remember which blackmail is why she's the principal of the school, but she is the principal of the school. And as the principal of the school, she bans all junk food from the cafeteria, including the tater tots. Mercedes won't stand for this, and she has a protest where she writes a sign called Tots, and it's iconic. Also worth noting, there is such a funny joke where when she goes to confront Sue Sylvester about this, Sue holds up a piece of broccoli and goes, "What is this? What do you think this is?" And Mercedes goes, "Toilet brush." So funny. Then we have when Sue marries herself. There's a whole wedding episode where Sue marries herself in a church in a dress that is a Adidas jumpsuit. I can't explain it beyond that. Then we also have when Sue commits suicide. Her Cheerios don't make nationals, and she like loses her 11th consecutive national cheerleading title, and because she has nothing left to live for, she commits suicide. But she doesn't, she just overdoses on children's gummy vitamins for attention. That's a plot point in this fucking show. It's amazing. So those are some of my favorite Glee crimes against humanity. Thank you so much for watching this chaos. It's just pure chaos. Yeah, my Instagram, my Storygraph, my TikTok, they're all in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.